All right, homemade copycat sweet onion chicken teriyaki Subway sandwiches. I want to go over the cost as well as the time to make them, because they did take a little bit of time. But when I say that we're making these from scratch, you guys, I mean we're making the rolls, we're making the sauce, we're oven roasting the chicken, shredding it. All together, this is going to take you probably 2.5 hours. It depends on how familiar you are in the kitchen. But it is easy. It's not a big deal. That sounds like a long time, but everything is high in price right now, right? Everybody's looking for ways to save money. Everybody's looking at grocery prices, and takeout prices are insane. So this, you guys are gonna, you're not gonna believe how little it cost me to make 4 copycat Subway sandwiches. And I still have leftovers in the fridge. Like, it would have made 5 or 6. But we're going to throw the pricing together and split it by 4. And we'll do it that way. All of the recipes for everything is going to be listed below. So the sauce, I make that myself. Now, I don't measure like anything when I cook. I just cook. So, holy moly. Y'all, my hair. I just cook. I don't really measure anything. So I'm going to put the ingredients down below. And if you're like not familiar enough in the kitchen that you're like confident just playing with it, then look up a recipe on Google. There's a bunch of them for measurements. They're basically all going to have the same ingredients. It's just a sweet teriyaki sauce. That's all it is. So let's talk about cost, right? So I said 2.5 hours to do the whole shebang. But if you're doing this like every Sunday's kind of my, like, don't really have anything else to do, Paul's home, yada yada, pick a day of the week to meal prep this stuff, and just crank it out. And it's gonna take you like a good portion of the day to meal prep a lot of stuff for the week. But like, I also did the weekly and monthly saving costs on just these sandwiches, just lunches, right? And if you were doing that with like your breakfasts and your lunches 5 days a week, you can imagine the savings is going to be pretty big. The savings on just these 4 sandwiches would pay one of my personal loans. So that's, you know, that's kind of a big deal. So cost, making the 4 rolls of bread cost, I mean, literally like nothing. Now I'm like taking a bag, like a 10-pound bag of flour, taking the cost of that, breaking it down into how many cups I needed for the recipe, because I keep this stuff on hand constantly. Like, this isn't a thing, like I went out and bought a bag of flour just to make these 4 you know, sandwich rolls. These are things you should be keeping in your pantry constantly, and it's just going to cost you pennies to use these things. But you buying them in bulk in larger amounts, 10 pounds or up, I actually buy them in 25 or 50 pounds, and it's the first initial cost. I actually did a list. I'll actually link the blog below. I did a pantry, what you should have in your pantry list, and I did the cost, and it was like 4 months ago, so the cost might have changed a little bit, but it was like $43 or something like that to stock your pantry with like basic baking essentials. So it's not even that big of an investment. If you just do it, you'll have your stuff on hand and you can crank this stuff out whenever you want to. So the 4 sandwich rolls, and they were, you guys saw in the video, they were like foot-long sandwich rolls, costed me 82 cents for all 4. So, I mean, come on, guys. And that was one batch out of this recipe that's linked below. It was flour, yeast, salt, water, and then the cheese and herbs and butter that I put on top of them. It was unreasonably simple. Making bread is really simple. It takes a little while to get it right down to like the raising, and you know, so the bread takes a while. to make, and the first time you make it, it might be a little more dense than you'd like or whatever. But just keep at it. Don't give up on it. I'm just now like really mastering the breads. But even before I mastered them, they still tasted great, and they were still made at home. So 82 cents for all 4 sandwich Subway rolls. That's crazy. So crazy like my hair. Oh my god. Okay, so the chicken that I roasted it, shredded it, and then mixed it with the sauce. The chicken was about $2. I had 3 great big leg quarters, and it only cost me $2 for those 3, and that's rounding up because I only buy, so whatever we don't raise on our homestead, we shop sales and we work with whatever's on sale. We don't have like, we have to buy this, we have to buy that, except for maybe a couple snacks for the kids. We cook with and work with whatever's on sale. We force ourselves to do that to keep a budget. And neither one of us are really picky eaters, so that's fine. So the chicken was on sale at Shaw's. If you guys are not taking advantage of Shaw's weekly sales and online coupons, you should be. It's amazing. So $2 for the chicken. The sauce, I didn't really do the math. I kind of estimated that it cost me $2 to make, and I still have half a container full of it. I only used half of what I needed, but $2 to make the whole container that I have of it. Now, the initial investment for the ingredients to make like a teriyaki type sauce is a bit expensive because it's the Asian style things. So, but I'm gonna get a lot of batches of that sauce, plus we cook with it elsewhere often. So it wasn't a big deal. We just kind of keep that stuff on hand. The soy sauce, the, you know, I don't remember. I put soy, ginger, garlic, brown sugar, honey, water. That was basically all I put in mine, and it tasted great. So that will be linked below. I'll list that below, though, the ingredients that I used with the sauce. So, and honey. Also, you guys, honey, buy it in a larger amount, and at least like I buy it in a 3-pound container, and it's way cheaper. Also, if you can find it local, not only are you giving your money directly to the beekeeper, but usually it's a little cheaper than buying it at the store. So, $1.39 for the cucumber, 50 cents for the tomato. It was on sale again. Hopefully soon we'll have our own tomatoes, because store-bought tomatoes are disgusting, but is what it is. $1.84 for the jar of banana peppers. Now, obviously, I only used like a quarter of that jar, but I'll round up to the whole jar's worth. So that comes out to, I think that was everything that was on it. Yeah. So that comes out to $8.55 for 4 sandwiches. That's less than you're gonna pay for one of these sandwiches at Subway. $2.13 per foot-long copycat Subway sandwich. So, like I said, about 2 hours, 2.5 hours of your time. So what you need to do to make this, like, stay within that 2.5 hours of your time is while the bread is rising, you're gonna want to be baking your chicken, shredding your chicken. You know, when you turn the bread into the rolls and let it rise longer, you know, cut up all of the vegetables and have this stuff. Then you just put everything in the fridge and you just pull it all out the night before you go to work or whatever. Make your sandwich and it's ready to go. It's really not that hard, and the bread making sounds intimidating, but it's not that hard at all. And if you have any questions, please just message me, reach out to me, and we'll go through it together. So total savings is $32 a week for those, and that's estimating, I think last time I bought one it was like $10. $128 a month on 4 sandwiches a week at home. And I think it would be probably about the same if you use different ingredients. Obviously you're gonna get around the same savings regardless. Yeah, that's important. And if you're doing the same thing with your breakfast, that's double the savings. That's over $200 a month. you're saving by not stopping at a convenience store or a takeout place and getting food twice a day. Really important right now to be looking at this type of stuff. And just, you know, it's one of those things that's going to seem overwhelming. You're going to have to just make yourself do it. And I know this sounds like no pressure, but pressure, because honestly, everybody's complaining about prices, everybody's complaining about inflation, but nobody's taking the steps to help themselves away from those prices and inflation. Only you can help you, right? I can help you by telling you how I do it, but you have to actually execute it and actually do it in your own space, in your own home. So, yeah, huge savings. I hope this helps. I'm going to leave all the recipes below, and I hope you guys try it. I hope you guys give it a try. It's definitely worth it. They were so good. They were so good. They were so fresh. They didn't make us feel bloated or cucky after eating them, because yes, you know, Subway's products are much better than other choices, but this is as fresh and as nice as it gets. And if you're growing these vegetables in your garden anyways, then you're saving even more money. You're saving over $3 more. So that comes out to $5.55 for 4 sandwiches. That's pretty insane. So I'm going to leave the Stock Your Pantry blog listed below. I'm going to leave the ingredients that I did with the sauce below. I'm going to leave the bread recipe below. That was somebody else's recipe. It came out really well. I'm going to use it for a regular sandwich loaf too. So give it a try. Let me know how it went. If you're stuck like halfway through the process, or something went wrong, or you just want to double check with me, then just shoot me a message if you have a question about rising or kneading the bread. It's really not that difficult. We can walk through it together virtually. Not a big deal. I am here for you guys. So let's get this done. Let's work together to beat this bullshit, right? Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.